Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astrogat Mysore. Today, let us understand the position of Rahu in the 12th house and its results. We all know the 12th house has a lot of karakatvas. I have been explaining for every time when I tell about a planet and its position in the 12th house. But anyway, I will repeat it. The 12th house is the 12th from the ascendant. So, what is the ascendant? Self. And what is self? It is the ego, the identity, the recognition, the social fame, the stature. All this thing is the lagna, that is the ascendant. So the 12th house is losing identity, relinquishing the luxury, relinquishing sukha, that is physical enjoyment, and coming out of it and going towards moksha. So the other way around also, if you have a bad planet placed in the 12th house, you will unnecessarily overindulge into the physical sukha, that is physical intimate happiness, materialistic happiness, what we call as, all that which you can go through your senses, sensual happiness. So when Rahu is placed in the 12th house, all this gets magnified, it becomes big. So the person would want to go towards spirituality. No doubt, a beautiful Rahu in the 12th house usually gives spirituality, but also it gives us the difficulty of passing through all these sensual attachments which we will have to relinquish in a later date. It is not easy to relinquish your sensual attachments just like that when Rahu is placed in the 12th house. So, some points I have made here. So, how we live our life, the likes, the dislikes, the physical perspective is to be seen from the 12th house. And when Rahu is there in the 12th house, usually the person goes through a lot of dissatisfaction in life due to high expectations. Indulgence into subjects and objects of abstract in nature, which is usually not liked by the normal public. So we usually call these people as a little odd, out of the box. They don't want to be like normal people. So they have some passionate things which they want to achieve. But when Rahu becomes weak or extraordinarily strong with a malefic, then the passion turns into obsession. Without something they cannot live in their life. So this causes indulgence. So there are different types of indulgences which a person can go through. So it can also cause, indulgence into drugs, addiction into many other things. Like even a person who is having, let us say a singer, he is totally attached passionately to singing. But that doesn't mean that wherever he goes and whatever the situation is, he keeps singing. Then we'll call him a madman because the situation does not invite anybody to sing there. So the same way, the indulgence does not think about the situation, does not even care about where you are, who you are, but would want to indulge the native into its indulgence. So that is Rahu. They would love to have, they love creation, they love nature, they love animals. So particularly they love, these people love, large wild animals, and zookeepers with Rahu in the 12th house is an excellent occupation. Veterinarian, a doctor who can take care of, venomous beings like reptiles, snakes, particularly snakes, reptiles, snakes also are reptiles. So poisonous animals like scorpions, spiders. So these people know how to handle them. They are actually well versed in it. It's not that all natives who are having 12,000 natives, Rahu should go and catch snakes. No, this is not what I'm trying to tell. I am trying to tell you that these people have a tendency to get attracted to veterinary science. So, when it is weak, they mentally get disturbed because the 12th house also is about how we think with regard to how to realize this world. They get disturbed. If the Lagna Lord is weak, then they get into phobia, they get into different types of fear, introversion, very difficult for them to come out of this. So they get into depression, so many things. So this strong, if it is strong, these people are hatha yogis, very stubborn and odd way of renunciation. They go through overindulgence, and we call this agora. So going through overindulgence, it's something like eating the first chocolate, you will feel good. Second chocolate, third chocolate, the fourth chocolate, then you will start puking chocolate. So you will not be able to eat chocolate too much. So same way, and then you will start getting a dislike towards chocolate. So this is one way people, very small sect of people who practice renunciation through overindulgence, or they don't like, they start getting aversion towards a particular thing because of their overindulgence, and this is very rare, but it happens. So indulgence is bad when it goes out of control. People getting into share market, getting into investments, and they are stubborn. They don't listen to anybody. They don't even take advices from anybody. They just go and put their money there. If somebody asks money, they simply give it for some interest, purpose of interest, and then finally what is happening is that you don't even get the principal back. Forget the interest. So they may suffer problems of the eyes, the legs. Usually people with Rahu in the 12th house with badly posited Rahu, they go through mental aberrations, hallucinations, problems like gangrene, problems of the lower abdomen, the legs, the toes. So I have seen cases where people have gone through, cataract in the eyes. They have gone through operations. So the people have gone through many different difficulties. Particularly, I have seen people going through skin difficulties. Difficulties of like psoriasis, eczema, because the 12th house, if it is strongly posited, it shows your health also, because it is one of the triksthanas, 6th, 8th, and the 12th. If these fellows, these places are normally posited, the person will have good ayu, good health, and less hospitalization. Or else 12th house is hospitalization, wasteful expenses, lot of traveling, job changes. So these people can become surgeons, chemicals, the chemists, druggists, psychologists, archaeologists, anthropologists, all types of odd jobs. Even a person who has to do, let us say, a post-mortem, he needs to have a guts to do it. So his sensual, he cannot be very sensitive there. Even sensually, the five senses, he cannot go through that, because if he enters the room, I'll tell you, half of you cannot even enter that particular area, the mortuary. Half of us will not be even conscious. We will fall down. So those people are strong with Rahu in the 12th house. They can do odd jobs in odd hours, so they have a strength. So they can get cheated very fast, but because they believe people, they feel that they are honestly, they feel that people are honest, so they get into the trap and they invest and get locked up. Unnecessary problems due to involvement in bad groups. This is very important, because they get indicted or criminally indicted, sometimes go through jail terms, unnecessarily get suspended. So it's not that they really practice like bad things. So sometimes they also can get implicated into these hardships. So there are charts which I have seen that people who take regularly, they take bribe, or they have an attitude of free money. These people also can have Rahu in the 12th house. Hospitalization, difficulty in foreign land, foreign travel, marrying a foreigner, all these things can be seen from the placement of Rahu in the 12th house. I am not telling either of this is good or bad. I'm just telling you these points. It's just like the thumb rule of this particular placement, because 12th house itself is foreign land, and Rahu means Mlecha. Mlecha means a foreigner, one who does not belong to the four Varnas. So even the own blood relatives might cheat that native. They can be gamblers, they get temperamental issues. So it's not a good position to have Rahu in the 12th house, because it gives a very hard time to the native. He needs to go through the hard way of getting into moksha. Usually Ketu in the 12th house, we tell it's beautiful position, because Ketu is the Karaka for the 12th house, but Rahu is the opposite. So that's how it is. Thank you very much for today's class. I hope I have covered a lot of subject. I was a little fast today, but still I'll try to be a little slow next time. Thank you.